Well, hello there my fellow rushers, how are you doing today? King Rex here, and today we're gonna be continuing on with our tower reviews in Vengeance. Last time we left off at Wicked Sisters and we got a lot of mixed opinions, but now we're gonna talk about a tower that I'm pretty sure everyone can agree on. That it's amazing and outstanding by every way, shape and form. We're talking about the Swamp Thing, baby.
I will cede no ground.
Indeed, the SHREK tower as we like to call it. Yeah, this tower is just amazing. It's probably one of the more unique towers, just like the Deep Devil's Reef. It's really interesting because you can use it as a really good archer or as a almost indestructible unit. So roll the stats. As you can see, we have stats for the archer form, which is gonna be on the left, and the stats for his unit form, I suppose. And yeah, as you can see, the results are looking pretty good. The damage is pretty good, it's consistent at least for the archer. The attack rate is alright, you know. It's not the quickest in the game, but we can work over it. And yeah, the interesting thing about it is that while he's an archer, he can only target one enemy. But the moment you put him out of his swamp and use him as a unit, he can do group damage, so you can affect multiple enemies, which is redonkulous, to say the least. Now let's get into his abilities, starting off with the first one. Smash!
Smash!
So yeah, the first ability is quite interesting one. It's really good. It's basically an insta-kill chance. And it's kind of good, but also like, let's take a look at it. For 119 gold per upgrade, the Swamp Thing has 2% chance of insta-killing its primary target with each hit, then goes all the way up to 4% and then up to 6%. And 6% is not a lot. When you combine it with that attack speed, it gets pretty bad. I mean, if you use it as an archer, you have technically better chance because you attack faster. But you're probably thinking, well, why don't you use him as a unit with an insta-kill since he can affect groups of enemies? Well, he cannot insta-kill groups of enemies. The target that he's stalling, that's the only one who is gonna get insta-killed. And the rest of them are just gonna go on their merry way. That's kinda meh. But still, it's an insta-kill nonetheless. It's kinda like the golden longbows in Kingdom Rush Origins. But the thing is that in Origins, the golden longbows had much better attack rate. And they also attacked around twice as fast when they were shooting at close range. Well, the Swamp Thing doesn't do that. Also, before we continue with his next ability, fun fact. We have a very few people probably know it, but basically, the chance for an insta-kill on the Crimson Sentence is 9.9%, and it gets halved if the archer is shooting at close range. The more you know, I guess. The next one is really good. Blinding Liquid.
Dark necessities.
To the head!
It's hunting season!
And now for the Blinding Liquid, which is probably my favorite upgrade, even though I already upgraded it. Basically, it gives the Swamp Thing 20% chance at tier 1 and at tier 2 it gives him 40, and at tier 3 gives him 60% chance to stun the enemy that he's targeting. Which is alright if you're using him as an archer, if you have like a single target, if you have like a really tough enemy, and you want to just take care of him and you don't want to deal with him, you can just upgrade it. But if you have a group of enemies, it's much more efficient to use him as a unit, because as I mentioned before, he deals group damage when he's in melee mode, so you can stun groups of enemies just like that. It's amazing. By far one of the most unique abilities, and well, maybe not the most unique one, but definitely one of the strongest, just because of how much stalling power you get. And yeah, it's awesome. But in this level in particular, you definitely want to use them as a unit. It's not really recommended to use them as archers, unless you have like no aerial support. But look at that. Look how well they're working with that blinding liquid all the way up. It's amazing. And last but not least, we have one that makes him a little bit overpowerful. Carnivore. Yeah, the carnivore ability. This one, I would say, makes him a little bit too strong. You know, just a little bit. Just a wee bit. But basically what it does is it gives him the capability to regenerate 35% of its maximum HP whenever he kills a unit. And since he's attacking crowds of enemies, he's gonna be killing one. I mean, take a look at this guy's health. He should be getting damaged, right? Not really, because they're stunning everything and just obliterating him. But you know, let's take a look. Like, he took a little bit of damage, and he's fighting, right? He's fighting, and 3, 2, and 1 question mark? Yeah, there it is. So yeah, he just regenerated his health, just like that. This guy, same story. Just take a look. 3, 2, and 1. Just regenerated his health, just like that. It's a little bit overpowerful, and I mean, it's only 68 gold, come on. Like, isn't this a little bit too OP? But I'm not gonna judge developers. I feel like this is a nice addition. Because, like, it's not impossible to kill the Swamp Thing, though. It's definitely possible, even with the Carnivore ability. He still can die, but it takes a lot of tough enemies in order to take him down. So for the majority of your run, he's not gonna die, unless you do something stupid. But for the most part, he is awesome. Like, sure, he is still vulnerable towards the insta-kill from the sorcerer and all, but other than that, he can just shred everything. So that's why I'm gonna give him a 9.5 out of 10. It's an amazing tower. You can use him as an incredible archer with super long range, by far the longest out of any Kingdom Rush game. Or you can just use him as a melee unit and just obliterate everyone. I mean, this tower has literally everything. It has an insta-kill ability, it has a stun mechanic, it can regenerate its health like crazy. And I mean, look at that, look at this crowd of enemies. They're not going anywhere, they're getting obliterated. Just obliterated. Not a lot of towers can do that. And that's why I really love this tower. It's by far the best standalone tower ever. Try to change my mind. You're not, because it's never gonna change. Swamp Thing is the best standalone tower, and if you're and I would definitely recommend you buying this tower. It will not be a bad purchase, it will be an excellent choice. But you know, there's still one more tower that we need to look after, which is gonna be next week, guys. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. That's my uploading schedule. And yeah, with that out of the way, that's gonna do it for the video. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I appreciate you for sticking around to the end. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content in the future. And while you're at it, drop a like on the video. It means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next video. Until it comes, that was King Rexy, over and out.